I've had this old Wei-Tech M4 lower receiver with broken bolt catch ear for a while, and I'm too cheap to throw it away. This repair won't be the prettiest thing around, but it will work. I start with removing the broken ear, so I get a flat surface to make my repair on. For this, I use a 9mm end mill. If you don't have a drill press, this could be done with a file and a lot of patience. I measure up the rough size of the new ear to 10mm wide, 15mm long, and 7mm tall. To fabricate a new ear, I use some aluminium chunks left over after an old project. But if you're looking for materials from scratch, 10 by 10mm aluminium square bar will work nicely. Before I cut my aluminium to size, I need to drill holes on both ends of the ear using a 1.8mm drill bit, so I can mount the ear on the lower. Using a hacksaw for metal, I cut the ear to the rough shape it will have when mounted on the M4 receiver. Aluminium is rather soft, so I leave plenty of margin for error if I make any mistakes. This is hard and tedious work. The rough shape is there, but I sand it down for a better fit, making the ear less wibbly-wobbly and more flush on the lower. I file down the edges facing outwards, so I won't cut myself on these improv knives while releasing the bolt. Lastly, I rough up the surface on the lower and the bottom of the ear so the thread lock has more surface to adhere to. I temporarily mock up the ear on the lower and use it as a guide for drilling. Here you have two options. Either make a mark through the ear and remove the guide before drilling, or just drill straight through. I place the two mounting holes here because the receiver has a reinforcement on the inside. Using two drill bits of the same diameter, I check the alignment of the ear on the lower, making sure the new ear doesn't overlap the mag catch. When I'm happy, I thread the mounting holes on the ear in 2mm. I then thread the holes on the lower as well. Make sure you take your time and don't rush this. Your tap may break and ruin your ear. I'm not saying this happened to me, but I'm also not denying it. The ear and receiver can now be temporarily joined to make sure everything is lining up. Before I drill the pinhole, I mark out the location with a 2.5mm drill bit through the old ear. That mark will be my dead center. Next, the ear is placed in the drill press and the hole for the pin is drilled. I drill a little bit at a time, guesstimating the depth, testing with my pin as I go. I also make sure to leave a sacrificial screw in the ear, since I will be drilling close by the mounting hole. The drill bit will hopefully deflect off the screw. When I'm satisfied with the ear, it's time to install it. I wipe both the milled spot on the lower and the bottom of the ear. A liberal amount of thread lock is added to both surfaces. To make sure the new ear is rock solid, I add some thread lock to the screws too, before attaching the ear to the lower. Then I let the assembly harden for 24 hours. When it's dry, it's time to test it. I put in the bolt release. Instead of the factory bolt catch pin, I will be using a 2.5mm spring pin, which is of uniform diameter. I make sure it's long enough and protrude out of the old ear so I can remove it with some pliers, if I need to in the future. That's it. If you liked this video, check out some of the other videos we've made. Please share and subscribe.